Hello, everyone. Today, I want to talk about a simple and quick strategy to pay off your mortgage faster and to pay less interest overall. So, if you had tuned into one of my previous videos about amortization, we know that our total monthly payment goes to one part to principal, to paying down that loan, and the other part goes to the interest that you're charged for having that loan. So, especially in the beginning of that loan, you're paying a lot more to interest than you are to principal. So we want to maximize how much we're contributing towards paying down that loan. So what we can do is we can basically budget out an extra monthly payment in addition to what's required of you to pay. So for example, if you have an extra $250 a month or $500 a month that you can budget, we'll start there and I'll show you how it affects your mortgage and how much faster you can pay it off. So we are looking at an example scenario here of a $900,000 purchase price, 10% down with a 6.5% rate, which makes our payment $6,346. And that does include, again, principal and interest, property taxes, homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, for a total estimated payment of that $6,300. So keep that in mind. But what I want to show here is we're adding $250 to the payment and $500 to the payment. And you want to make sure that this extra principal addition or this extra payment that you're making is going towards the principal loan and not just next month's payment. It's something you want to make sure you can do with your loan servicer. So once we do that, we'll actually even look down over here. Over 15 years, you'll end up paying a lot less in interest. So that looks like it's going to be roughly $30,000 in interest in each interval that you change. So that's great news there. You're saving money on interest there. But what we'll see here is something called our freedom point. And our freedom point represents at the point at which you'll be done paying your loan. So for a standard 30-year fixed mortgage, you'll be done on schedule in 30 years. But when you contribute an extra $250, you'll finish paying off this loan in 26 and a quarter years. And again, when you look at $500 a month in addition to your payment, you'll finish in about 23 and a half years or so. So you can figure out, what schedule works for you, if you can budget more or less, and how much faster you want to pay off the loan, and that will work there. I also want to show you this reinvestment tab because this will show you as well what your loan balance will be in 15 years in that effect. So same deal, obviously you're paying this mortgage off faster, so your loan balance will be lower. And you can see the differences here in how much more you pay a month, whether it's $250 or $500. It looks like there's differences here of about $77,000 or so. So pretty significant difference. You'll pay off, you have less debt there as you make those payments. And I do also want to show you, just because we can play around with this analysis, right? So if you want to get on your own schedule, or maybe you want to pay it off a lot faster, you want to figure out, hey, how much faster could it need to be to pay it off in 20 years, for example. I know because I already plugged it in, but we can just keep plugging in different payment amounts. And so we can see what that does to your mortgage. So when I go over here and change this to about $1,000 a month, oops, that's 10,000. So we're going to see what it does when you add $1,000 a month to the payment. And as long as that's going to principal, boom, there, I made the change there. So an extra $1,000, your payment or your loan will be paid off in 19 and a half years. So it's great for you to set a goal like that if you want to budget that extra money to go pay for that. The one thing I would say is I would make sure any higher interest debt is paid off first before you focus on paying off your mortgage debt. So if you do have credit cards that you have out there, then I would recommend paying those off first. But again, it's going to depend on everyone's situation. So it's definitely something to consider. And if you want to have your own analysis, see what's going on, run some scenarios, I'd be more than happy to do that. Just let me know in the comments below. But as always, I hope this was helpful. I know there are mortgage calculators out there online that you can look up and do some trial and error and see what you need to pay extra per month to pay off your mortgage, or you can reach out to me and we can do that too. So I hope this was helpful, like I mentioned. And if you have any ideas of what you want to see, please let me know. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good one.